What is up, guys? Welcome back to Zan's Corner. This week I'm going to show you a kind of counterintuitive way of running the ball against cover 4. Now, cover 4 is everyone's favorite defense. The reason for this is that they like the fact that they can drop 8 guys in coverage, shade their coverage underneath for hard flats, shade their coverage over the top for cloud flats, take away corner routes, and just overall just rush 3. And most people will take their 3 best linemen right here and just make them absolutely the best players that they could possibly find. So Master Khalil Mack, Tier 3 Aaron Donald, Joey Bosa tiered up to Tier 3. You're going to see guys that have high power move, finesse move, and block shed along this 3-man defensive line. And they create, honestly, they create hell for most people. And people have trouble moving the ball. So what I'm going to show you is a little 2-play mini scheme, and I want to just kind of put a disclaimer out here. No run game, no run play is immune to a block shed or a misassignment. All we can do is do our best to know what assignments each player has on the field and run behind those assignments. And if they don't execute, that's football. So I'm just saying that because, you know, with most of my videos, I do kind of one take. I like to talk through any mistakes that are made, show you what to do, what not to do. I can't control whether or not a left guard executes his block or just randomly on a given play somebody comes through. That being said, I find that this 2-play run combo is bar none the best little mini scheme for running the ball and not even having to worry about the pass in Madden 18. So what you want is you want to get under center into single back. It could be ace, it could be 3 receivers, it could be wide trips, it could be doubles, it could be any formation you want. The only thing you need is to have a stretch, and then you need to have a inside zone or a halfback zone weak. The reason for this is that we're using the stretch, which is an outside zone run, and the inside zone, which is an inside zone blocking concept. And it's going to require that your opponent has to use her differently and to set up their defensive line or crash their defensive line differently to stop this. So let's go ahead and start with everyone's favorite defense, which is base a line, spread linebackers, pinch and crash your line down to the inside cover 4. Now this is what everybody and their dog is running right now in Madden. And the reason that I like to attack this defense with the stretch is because what we're going to do is we're going to notice that receivers this year block like crazy. You're going to notice that they hold their blocks a lot longer. And what we're going to do is we're going to playmaker this to the side with more players, not necessarily the side with the tight end. The tight end does dictate the strength of your formation, but you don't always have to run behind him. And then what I like to do with the stretch is I like to utilize motion. And with this motion, I'm going to snap it as he clears the opposite side of the line to help either block down on the linebacker or pick off a middle linebacker or a safety to help us in our pursuit to the outside. So we'll go ahead and do this snap here. Fowler is going to put a block on the outside linebacker. We're able to get to the outside, and we are gone. Now, obviously, I just sat here and talked about this for about two and a half minutes before we actually ran our first snap. In the first snap, we actually get out to the crib for a touchdown. Couldn't have drawn it up any better. That's exactly how this works. So a lot of times when players are running this defense, they're going to really struggle to try to take away this stretch. I find that single back stretches are really the best. Honestly, they're the best run in the game, in my opinion. And the reason for this is because of how well the linebackers or the receivers actually block this year. Again, we'll let Benny Fowler, sit this time. And you can read that block, and you can see even in that example, we're able to pick up 3 yards. So if you read your blocks, you're going to be able to run the ball really, really well against this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to audible into the stretch. I'm going to let the computer run the ball, and I'm going to set up the defense and try to get a stop right here. And what you're going to notice that in order to get a stop, most players are going to use the right inside linebacker on the screen. But even to get a stop right here, you have to get aggressive with your user. So what you're going to notice is now I have to scrape into this lane. I have to get outside. And still, the computer was able to run the ball for 6 yards with this setup. So what this is going to do is it's going to force your opponents into maybe not even base aligning their defense. So now you got a situation where the linebacker's stacked over the slot receiver. We're still going to run the stretch. And you're going to notice that the blocking sets up very, very well. This time, the motion guy picks up a inside linebacker. The slot receiver blocks down the outside linebacker, creating a seal. And then if we could beat the strong safety in the alley with a juke or a spin, we're out to the races for 20, 30, 40-plus yards, maybe even a touchdown. Otherwise, if we get tackled, we're still picking up 5 or 6 yards. And that's the whole point of this run, is we're able to get the good yardage before we're hit. And then if we make that one guy miss, we could be off to the crib. So it's not a home run or nothing. It's more so 4 yards or a home run, which is a very, very smart way to run the football. So now what we're going to do is we're going to see that a lot of times players, like I showed you, they have to get over here in user. So what this is going to do is it's going to open up the inside zone. And what I like to do with the inside zone is, honestly, we can do the exact same thing. We can snap it on the other side, or we can snap it early. And what you'll see with this is when you snap it early, you're getting extra blocks. It kind of looks like an inside zone split where the motion player continues his motion across the formation and is looking to block down on somebody on the other side. So you can see right here that he's looking to target a linebacker. He's looking to pick up a safety in the alley. Whichever guy that he can target, he's going to go get. Even still, we're able to pick up about 5 yards. You see here the ball's on the 35. First contact is made at the 40-yard line. Now, if they're running their pinch defensive line, it may not even matter. You can see we'll go ahead and do this here. We'll go ahead and pinch our defensive line to the inside. This would be a perfect time to run the stretch because those defensive linemen have no chance of getting to the outside. But even still, if you want to run the inside zone, you can let him snap on the other side of the ball, and then you're just going to get straightforward blocking. And again, first contact made it about 6, 7 yards. We're able to get downfield with the chance to break a tackle for a home run. Now, we're running with Jamal Charles, whose ratings aren't the best anymore. He's 90 speed. He's not, 95 speed with amazing juke and spin like he used to be. But, he's still a solid ball carrier. And all of our linemen in this example are basically 74. I think it's 74, 74, mid-70s. Ronald Leary's an 82, and I think Menelik Watson's like 76. So none of our offensive linemen are studs. They're not going to, be the Dallas Cowboys or the Oakland Raiders run blocking. I'm showing this to you with a middle-of-the-road line against a solid defense, not the best defense in the game, but it's got some playmakers on it, got some decent linebackers, some block shedders on the inside. So hopefully this video has been eventful. Hopefully it's been helpful enough for you guys to implement in your game. Again, formation doesn't matter. I was in the doubles right here. Just go look at your playbook. You'll have at least one single back formation that has a zone weak or an inside zone, and then I'm sure you'll have a stretch in your playbook somewhere. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Drop them below. Until next week, this is Zan. Get in the lab, and good luck.